2025 has been a big year for the cruise industry, and with so many new ships, it can be challenging to find the best fit for your next vacation. We recently sailed on two of the newest ships for 2025, Royal Caribbean's Star of the Seas and Norwegian's brand new Norwegian Aqua. Today, we are sharing a few tips from our time on board with ship experience, dining, staterooms, entertainment, and more, and everything that you should consider when deciding on your next cruise adventure. The Norwegian Aqua debuted in the spring of 2025 as a brand new Prima Plus class ship for Norwegian Cruise Lines. And the big draw for this ship are twofold. There is this fantastic open deck space on places like the Ocean Boulevard that provides such a unique take on all the different outdoor spaces that a cruise ship can have for guests. We loved the infinite pool areas that were on deck 8. They were fabulous for sail away. Of course, another big factor that's going to draw people to this ship in particular is going to be the new Aqua slide coaster, and that is a ton of fun. We highly recommend. Norwegian's signature freestyle dining entertainment, those were big draws for us, and they will be key factors for how you spend your time on board. Norwegian Aqua is designed for all travel group dynamics, but they do an exceptional job for solo travelers. They will offer studio cabin spaces and also a studio lounge specifically designed for the solo traveler. While a large ship with a guest capacity of about 4,200 guests, the footprint actually does not feel very overwhelming at all, and it will have spaces that will offer a more intimate feel. When you first board, the atrium is very warm, very cozy, very welcoming, and it's also the activity hub on board. They did a really great job of making this space so inviting, but not so over the top bustling that you could potentially get overwhelmed. From the atrium, you can head off to several dining locations. You can head off to the Aqua Theater and nightclub. There's also access to the outdoor deck space. Now, while definitely a large ship and 4,200 people at capacity could certainly feel like a large ship, there are spaces on board for all types of activities and entertainment. And this ship does provide a more relaxed feel. It really just has this nice, inviting space. I really appreciated that when we were on the Norwegian Aqua earlier this year. Now for Royal Caribbean, the newest family member for them is the Star of the Seas, and she is the second Icon class ship for Royal Caribbean. There's actually a couple of more coming, which is just amazing that these large ships are really speaking to guests, and I think that that is amazing. Now currently, this is the largest, most advanced cruise experience that you can have at sea, and when you board this ship, you're going to feel that. You will immediately get a sense of just how big this ship is, but in the best way possible. Now, there is the promenade, and she's going to be packed with dining and bars and shopping and a very high energy atmosphere, but very welcoming as well. Now, everything is going to feel very grand in scale on the Star of the Seas, the Aqua Theater and the Aqua Dome. Beautifully done. The water park, Thrill Island, beautifully done. You're going to find some spaces that, while they are massive and offer a lot of activities and spaces, they are just so well done and set up on the ship so well that it is very easy to kind of find your little corner on the ship while you're out at sea. With a big emphasis on family fun, the distinct neighborhood concepts on board Star of the Seas, they provide such great options during your time on board. There are zones for families, there's zones for adult-only spaces, and of course, fantastic entertainment at sea. And you cannot forget about Thrill Island, which is this full water park on board. They also have an escape room. They have the new Surfside neighborhood, which is completely designed around families and so much fun. Now, when considering this ship, you will want to keep in mind that this will have an absolutely festive, high energy feel on board in most of the spaces. And she does have a guest capacity of approximately 7,600 guests. And when you consider crew, it's over 10,000. So you are going to be on a floating city of awesomeness, which is so fun. Now let's start with your own cozy corner of your cruise ship, and that is going to be your stateroom. Now, both of the ships are going to offer a variety of options across the ship to accommodate families, multi-gen, connecting options for groups, and of course that great studio cabin concept for solo cruisers that you're specifically going to find on Norwegian Cruise Line. Now, both will offer very clean, sleek cabin designs with plenty of room, plenty of storage, and plenty of spaces to really kind of make that cabin feel like your home away from home for the duration of your cruise. Norwegian will offer all of the industry standard options. So you're going to have inside staterooms, ocean view staterooms with the porthole, and of course a wide variety of balcony staterooms as well, and several different deck locations on board. So you can kind of pick and choose where you'd like to be on the ship. We loved our balcony stateroom on board the Aqua. We had a ocean view balcony stateroom and really enjoyed the large space that we had. And it was just a standard room, but we felt like the square footage very spacious for the two of us. We had great storage. We had a beautiful balcony, and the bathroom, thank goodness, was a great size to have for the week, because I don't know about y'all, but when we're cruising, we just do not like a squished bathroom, especially one with a shower curtain. That's just a no for us. So we were so thankful for this beautiful, bright, updated bathroom for our sailing. For our time on Star of the Seas, they offer such a wide variety of accommodations. There really is something for everyone. Of course, you're going to have your inside and your ocean view staterooms with that porthole, but the amount of balconies and different type of balconies that they offer on Star of the Seas, I think is such a draw for guests to get on board. For our Star of the Seas sailing, we were sailing in the Bahamas, and we decided to stay in a bit of a controversial stateroom category. I think we chose an infinite balcony stateroom. Now, this stateroom has great space and great storage. I actually loved the open concept because your balcony is all included in your cabin space. It's not like a traditional balcony stateroom where you have the closed door and you can step outside onto your balcony. So even with those floor to ceiling length windows, and you have that large window space that opens up to have that open air concept, it made the cabin space feel very large. And so we did enjoy that. However, I will say that I do get the controversy over this stateroom because we had this cabin for Bahamian sailing in August. Now, did we love the experience? Yes, hands down, loved the experience and loved the stateroom. Would I grab this stateroom category again? And that is a very hesitant yes. For me, it would depend on the itinerary. I could see this stateroom concept working beautifully for Alaska, Norwegian fjords. Even if you're doing a New England, Canada sailing in the fall for fall foliage, this would be a beautiful stateroom concept. Now, I could definitely see this stateroom category being very popular, and we would love this option for 2 or 3 very specific itineraries. But for the Caribbean, sailing in the summer, we're gonna need that air conditioning on all the time. Now, the entertainment on board is certainly going to be a big draw when you're looking at the cruise ships that you would like to go on for vacation. And both the Norwegian Aqua and Star of the Seas are going to have some great options in that category. Now, Norwegian Aqua, we loved the Aqua Theater and Nightclub. The fact that that can go from a theater to an open floor nightclub, and they can host all different types of entertainment in there. We loved that concept. We had a great time seeing The Price is Right live our first night within the theater, and also the entertainment crew did Rumors on board, where they did the entire album of Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. That was amazing to see on board. We had all kinds of music entertainment on board, all of the bars like the Belvedere Bar, the Metropolitan Bar, even inside Sid Norman's itself, there was music happening on the boat all the time. Now, there were also DJs out on the pool deck. They made that a very festive and fun atmosphere. And of course, all of those outdoor areas, they really had a lot going on. Now, of course, they had a very festive casino on board as well. And on the Norwegian Aqua, the casino is kind of right there in the atrium. It's kind of front and center of everything. So even if you don't play the casino games when you're on board, you can kind of be immersed in the festive goings on, and that makes some great people watching as well. Now, for Star of the Seas, for me, when we're comparing Norwegian Aqua versus Star of the Seas, I am going to say, and this is my personal opinion, but Star of the Seas is going to win this category, okay? Because not only do you have some fantastic entertainment within the dueling piano bar, you're also going to have the spotlight karaoke, which is going to have tons of trivia in it, but you have the promenade space where music is happening all the time. But then you have these two fantastic venues. You have the Royal Theater on board, which is going to play several different shows, but the highlight of our cruise was the Broadway musical Back to the Future. That is one of the most amazing shows that I have seen at sea in all my years of cruising. That is amazing. It would actually be the reason for me to tell you to even consider Star of the Seas. The 7-night cruise in the Caribbean, that would be the highlight for you, honestly. Of course, you're also going to have that brand new Aqua Dome concept where you're going to have the Aqua Show. Now, if you've ever been on board Royal Caribbean on the Oasis class or on the new Icon class, you are going to know that these Aqua Shows are phenomenal. They're just amazing. But this new space that they created in the Aqua Dome, where the Aqua Show can be in a covered indoor concept, and the amount of tech and the amount of talent and choreography and stunts and acrobatics that they do for these shows, absolutely amazing. So I think that the entertainment on board is both. They're very, very different. They're going to offer different options, which is why you should explore both ships. But in this category, I'm going to have to say Star of the Seas is the winner. Now, one of our favorite reasons for cruising is going to be to eat. We love all of the dining concepts that are on board these ships, and I feel like the cruise industry is always thinking ahead of how to be more innovative in the dining options that they have on board, and both of these ships offer some great dining concepts that are not to be missed. Now, on Norwegian Aqua, one of the things we love about Norwegian in general is that freestyle dining approach that they have on board, where we can just kind of walk up to some of the main dining locations or the local, which is a complimentary bar and grill concept. We just walk up and we eat. There's really no dining time for us in the main dining rooms. Now, I love that concept. And the only time we really had a restricted or scheduled dining time were for our specialty dinings. Now, on board the Norwegian Aqua, we only did 2 specialty dinings during our sailing. We were at Cagney's, because you gotta have a steak. And we also tried a new concept for Norwegian called Suko Thai. Hands down would recommend if you get on Norwegian. That was a lovely experience. We did enjoy the buffet on Norwegian. Wasn't necessarily our favorite. It felt a little small in concept, but the food was always spectacular. And of course the crew was great. And now there are certain other specialty dinings that I think that we would enjoy once we are back on the Norwegian Aqua, but we really did enjoy our breakfast and dinner time in Hudson's, and the Commodore room, which is another complimentary main dining room for dinner, was a fantastic option during our sailing as well. Now, Star of the Seas, she has a lot going on when it comes to food. There really is just food and drink for you everywhere on this ship. Now, she's a big ship, so she's got to have a lot to offer for everybody, and I appreciate that. But there were a couple of places on here that I would consider not to be missed. Now, everybody loves Sorrento's. That's right there in the promenade. Who doesn't want to get pizza at 1 a.m.? Everybody should do that. It's amazing. But I do think that Royal Caribbean does a really great job with their buffet at Windjammer. I've seen the Windjammer. I've eaten at the Windjammer on a handful of Royal Caribbean ships now, and they just have a really good concept, not only for all of the offerings that they have and the themed dining nights that they have, but the space that they provide for everybody on board. We always felt like we had a place to sit and always had a wide variety of options to eat for everybody that was in our travel party. So that was always a go-to for us. Now there are a couple of other areas on board for the Star of the Seas that could be kind of special. And we did treat ourselves and do the Lincoln Park Supper Club. Again, we are foodies. We will just try just about anything to have kind of that unique dining experience. If it's in your budget, if it's in your time, and if it's in your interest, it is one that I would recommend. We loved that experience on board. Star of the Seas too, there's so many complimentary areas on board. I love the new Surfside neighborhood and the complimentary Surfside Cafe that's right there. Very family friendly and had some great options. And no one can say no to churros that are complimentary, so we'll take that as well. Both of these ships had such great dining for everyone. They both really hit the mark. Now let's talk activities, because a lot of these itineraries that you're going to see on the Norwegian Aqua, you're going to have some days at sea. Star of the Seas, she currently is doing 7-day Caribbean all the time. So you're certainly going to have some days at sea with her as well. And both of these ships offer a great number of activities that you can do. And I'm not talking just like the normal activities like trivia or which is very fun. And if you guys have seen our previous videos, you know I'm a trivia person, but they just offer just some great options that just about any age group would enjoy. Probably the biggest pull for both of these ships are going to be some water activities. So on the Norwegian Aqua, you are going to have that brand new Aqua slide coaster. Now that is fun. We did do that when we were on the Norwegian Aqua. We just happened to be in Bermuda for the second day. It was gorgeous outside. We were like, hey, we're gonna go do the Aqua slide coaster. This looks like a lot of fun. And that actually went a lot faster than I anticipated it going. That was a lot of fun. But then you head over to the Star of the Seas, and she has a full-blown water park. There's several water slides that you can do. Several of them are raft-style water rides where you can ride as a group of 2 or 4, which is amazing to have on a ship. So I could certainly see the water park or water activities being a bit of a pull when you're deciding which sailing you might want to go on. I think both options had great kids and teens area. I will say that the Adventures Club over on Royal Caribbean, that is hands down one of the best kids clubs that I've seen in a long time. I think that rivals, goodness, I'm gonna say this is probably a little controversial, but I think it would even rival Disney's Kids Club. I think that it is top tier, and I think the kids would enjoy that. But again, I love that Star of the Seas has a whole neighborhood on board that's dedicated to families, and I love that family forward approach that they have to that. Now, just a little side note for some activities on board the Norwegian Aqua, we did an all-cruise pass to the thermal suite and spa on board the Aqua. That was probably our best purchase we made on board. I could see every time we sail Norwegian, if they offer the thermal spa on board, we are going to be there. I think even if you're traveling with a group or you're traveling with multi-gen and you have kids along with you, but you're looking for kind of some adult alone time, seek that spa on board. Check and see if they're going to have a cruise pass where you can just kind of escape for a few minutes a day. I think it would be worth it. 2025 has been a busy year for us. We have loved that we've had the opportunity to try these 2 brand new ships this year. And I have to be honest with you, we loved both of them so much that we're already looking at our schedules to figure out how we can get back on both. We really did enjoy our time that much. Now, definitely be sure to hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell below, because we have another cruise line that we're going to hop on in a couple of weeks over Thanksgiving. Now, the ship itself is not new, but the cruise line for us is new, and we cannot wait to take you along. Also, leave us a comment below. I would love to know, are y'all looking at sailing on the Aqua or the Star of the Seas soon? Have you sailed on Aqua or Star of the Seas? I would love to hear your experience. Thanks so much for joining us today. We can't wait to share our next adventure with you, and we'll see you next time.